Hey everyone, Steve Hiscoe here, and I wanted to do a video to follow up on the video we did yesterday where we launched our video series on confidence called Unleashing Confidence, the Hiscoe Jiu-Jitsu Way. The video obviously wasn't the best. I need to work on my video abilities and whatnot, so I keep building my confidence in that area. But yesterday's video was all about confidence and explaining what confidence is, and we had an exercise at the end. So stay tuned because I'm going to explain the exercise in more detail today. If you like the video, before I forget, please subscribe to our channel. I've got a lot of information on self-defense and kids self-defense going back several years. We're going to be putting out some new content, and as I said, we're going to have a series here on confidence and different exercises that we can do to kind of help our kids gain more confidence, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So first of all, remember that confidence is having and believing in ourselves. Confidence is believing in ourselves, believing in our abilities, and believing in our judgment, making the right decisions. So that is something that we are really trying to encourage our kids to think about. And the first thing that we want them to kind of think about is, the believing in themselves, is what have we done in the past that we've accomplished that really made us feel happy? So for myself, I started jiu-jitsu when I was 7 years old. I got my black belt when I was 14 years old. I was school president. I did a lot of different activities that way, leadership activities that way. I joined the police force when I was 20. I received several awards and high-level awards, all kind of accomplishments in my life that make me feel good about myself, make me feel good about my abilities. You know what? I've had things that have happened where I did not feel so good about myself. I did open a jiu-jitsu school in my mid-20s, and I didn't know what I was doing. I had to fold the school. That really took an effect on my confidence. But I kept working at it and persevering, and I knew it was going to be hard work and doing some research. And now my school has been reopened full-time for the last 12 years, and we're doing very well. I've retired from the RCMP, from the police force, and now this is what I'm doing full-time, and I want to be able to kind of give back to the community. And one of those things is these videos right here, where we're going to be talking about confidence and helping our kids. And that's really what my goal and my purpose is helping the kids that come through my doors become better people, become better versions of themselves, really trying to help them transform their lives through martial arts. And yesterday we talked about an exercise, and we're going to get to that. Really kind of thinking that confidence and being able to develop that confidence, and once we have it, thinking about it as a superpower. That superpower, much like superheroes have superpower, allow us to do things. And that superpower of confidence is going to let us achieve those goals and great things that we want in our life. But every once in a while, our confidence takes a hit. I tell kids, we walk around with a bag of confidence attached to our hip. And all of those little accomplishments that we've done fill up that bag of confidence. And every once in a while, that bag of confidence has a little leak in it, and some of our confidence starts to leak out. One example for me, recent example, is I have done videos in the past, and I saw a comment pop up that one of the techniques that I had been teaching to kids was garbage. And that really kind of affected me for a little bit and several days, and I kind of really had to think about it. And it's kind of like, do I really want to put this message out there just to be criticized by other people? And what I had learned and listened to in a different podcast was, think of all the positive comments. Think of all the great comments, the feedback, the other instructors, the parents who really thanked you for that video. instructors from other martial arts schools across the world who were taking that information and then teaching it to their students, going to different seminars and putting that sort of topic out and teaching that technique, and having parents that were watching coming over and saying, that's the best thing my kids have learned here all weekend. Thank you so much. Where can we get more information? So not so much dwelling on that one or two negative comments, but think about all the other great comments that we received. So, you know what? Sometimes things are difficult, and believing in ourselves can be difficult. Believing in our abilities can be difficult. If I am looking to achieve something and I'm having issues getting there, maybe that hip throw is really difficult. Some days it's great because I'm training with somebody my size, and maybe other days it's more difficult because I'm training with somebody that is heavier, right? Is just kind of persevering, ask for help, keep working at it, and we're gonna get there. So let's get to the exercise. So this is called, and we talked about it yesterday, a confidence inventory. A confidence inventory. And my students at my school are gonna have this homework to do coming up here real soon. I'm gonna be sending it home with the students so that they can do this at home with their parents, but I wanna share this exercise with you. It's exercise number 1 in our video series. So the confidence inventory, the idea is to get our kids, our teens, and even ourselves if we have to, reflecting back on our accomplishments, on our strengths, and on our positive qualities. So what we have here is a sheet of paper, very simple. I've sort of made it here for my students, and it's kind of formatted and everything, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anything. And what it has is things that I'm good at. So list of accomplishments. And I kind of did this with my son a little bit this morning. And I asked him, I said, to look at it and read it. And I said, what accomplishments have you done? And I had to give him a few, and then he gave me a few. And if I look back, like riding a bike at an early age, he was on a Strider bike. And by the time he was 4, he didn't need the Strider anymore. He was pedaling a regular bike without falling off, never had training wheels. He may not remember that, but that's kind of an accomplishment. When he was in grade 1, he came home and said he wanted to be in the talent show. I was super excited. We're going to do jiu-jitsu at the talent show, and he's only in grade 1. And he came home and said he was going to dance. He had been taking some hip hop classes at the time, and I guess he was just really interested in that. So grade 1, he put his routine together. He had his music together. He had his outfit together, his colored pants, bow tie, great looking shirt. And with confidence, he got up on the stage and killed it. I was so proud of him. He did a triathlon when he was 6 or 7. He was in swimming lessons, and I think every kid should be in swimming lessons. He was in swimming lessons. He was biking. He liked to run. There was a child's triathlon, and we entered him in his age category because he had some friends that were doing it as well, and he crushed it. So I wouldn't have had that confidence as a 6-year-old to get up in front of my entire school and dance, or even I hated swimming lessons. I was the worst swimmer to be able to do a triathlon. This is one that I have to bring up to him is we went to Hawaii on vacation. And a couple of years ago, he was too small, but this last time that we went, he was big enough to take surfing lessons. And so he took a lesson. They went out onto the ocean, and within a couple of tries, he was up on the board and surfing on his own. Now, did he surf on his own and get up every single time while we were there? Nope. We went back the next day, and we tried, and he had a great time. So, another accomplishment in his life. Strengths. well, if we go back to accomplishments, he's been at the dojo for years. Right now he's playing soccer, which is one of his strengths. But he did achieve a good number of belt testing and whatnot, and I was very proud of him for that. He was doing warm-ups, helping out with other classes. So all things that really demonstrate his confidence. His strengths. So he talks about building Lego. I guess that's a strength. But if I look at it, the strength is his creativity. He's very creative. So he doesn't have to look at the plan, although he can look at the plan and follow it all the way through, but he just kind of builds stuff and intricate kind of things. So one of his strengths is his ability to be creative. He's also learning a new language. So I grew up bilingual, I'm French, so we have him in French immersion. Doesn't like it all that much, but he's really good at it. And I think it's one of his strengths. He has been working on a math program. Well, if we go back to the language, so he is also doing part of that schooling is on Duolingo. He has a 192-day straight record of practicing. Same thing with math. He has a math program that he practices almost every day. He's a good runner. He has great endurance. So he has been selected for one of his soccer teams based on being an attacker and being an aggressive attacker and being able to run and run and run. So that is one of his strengths. We talked about his positive qualities, and he's a great friend to other people. And I think anybody that would be his friend would see that. He's kind, he's thoughtful, he thinks of other people. He had a friend who just had a birthday and made sure that he sent him a message on his birthday, got him a card, got him a gift, made sure that he brought it over to him, and just a very kind person. He loves spending time with his grandparents and doing things. So really, those are some of his positive qualities that we can, see out of him. So those are kind of some of the things that you want to sit with your child and explain to them and kind of list on the what am I good at side. Now, there's also the other side is what do I want to become better at? And so maybe those are things that we list there as well, or we get them to list and self-reflect on. And for myself, it would be with my son continuing on with his language, continuing on with his soccer. Maybe it's getting back to the dojo and progressing there. Maybe for some kids, it is learning to be a better friend. Maybe learning to be a little bit more respectful, especially if they see that is something that they need to be better at. Now, once that exercise is done, and depending on the age of the child, you may have to kind of walk through and prompt them a little bit and whatnot. So the next part of the exercise is really asking them about those things on their list, discussing with them how those things made them feel. So at that time. So if I reflect back and I ask my son, how did you feel when you got up on stage and you did your dance routine and then you got a huge applause from everybody? How did that make you feel? How did it make you feel when you got off the stage and everybody was like, great job, great job, great job? How did that make you feel? How did you feel when you crossed the finish line at your triathlon and everybody was cheering and you got that medal, right? How did that make you feel? Getting them to reflect on those things. Getting up on that surfboard, something that he had wanted to do but was too small at the time, and now he was big enough. How did it make you feel when you got up on the surfboard for that very first time and rode the wave all the way into the beach, right? I could see how he felt. I actually have it on video somewhere. And he had his hands up and cheering and, giving us the high five and whatnot. So, he felt amazing. How did he feel when he got selected for a higher level soccer team based on his ability to run and his endurance and those kind of things? How does it make you feel when, you know, you have that great interaction with a friend and you've had a great day and, you know, everybody was happy and played well? So getting them to kind of reflect back on those experiences in their life and seeing, you know, was I happy at that time? And those are all little things that go into that bag of confidence. Those are all things that go into that bag of confidence. And we have to get them to recognize that. We have to get them to recognize that they're a good person, that they should believe in themselves and not get down on themselves. Because maybe some of those things, and again, reflect back with them, maybe some of those things that they accomplished took hard work. Not everybody can get up on a surfboard the very first time. Now, my son did, but then he fell off a whole bunch of other times before he got up and rode the wave back into shore the next time. Did he win the triathlon? No. He's been in some cross-country races at school. Did he win those? No. But he's practiced and every time gets a little bit better and a little bit better. So going back and, you know, talking to our kids about some of those accomplishments and seeing, were they difficult for you to achieve? And what did you have to do to get there? Making them understand not to get down on themselves, right? Not to get down on themselves. They're a good person. They're going to persevere. They're going to see it through. They're asking for help and they're going to achieve. That's where we want them to be. Not where something is difficult and then they're thinking, you know what, I'm a loser. I'll never be able to do this. I will never learn this. It just takes some hard work, perseverance, and help, and some determination. And once we get there, then that light bulb comes on. That bag of confidence should be getting bigger and bigger, right? So those are kind of some of the things that we want them to kind of to understand and work on. And once they see that, now let's not get rid of that list. Let's put that list aside for a rainy day. That rainy day where somebody has said something and that confidence is leaking out, right? Let's bring that list back out. Are there other things that we can now add to that list from where the list was first done to where we are now, right? Let's add to that list. Let's make that list bigger, right? Let's make that list more important. Let's make that list even more important to them so that they can recognize that, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. I've got the confidence to do it, and not letting them get too down on themselves. So that's what I want you to do. That's where yesterday's video was coming from. Video number 1, Unleashing Confidence, the Hiscoe Jiu-Jitsu way. And we are trying our best here at the dojo to kind of help the kids through that, but it's a two-way street. I need our parents to kind of sit down, and especially if you have a child who is suffering from that lack of confidence, from a little bit of that anxiety. Some of the things that we're doing at the dojo, giving them opportunities on the mat to kind of be out there, right, and demonstrate, or giving them the opportunity to do warm-ups in a supervised manner. So that way, even if they do stumble, we're there to kind of help them along and help them be successful and see them through. Here at Hiscoe Jiu-Jitsu, our programs are all age-specific. Kind of like going to school, we don't put grade 1 kids in with grade 4 kids. We have them all in their own age groups so that we can focus on their physical, intellectual, emotional, and social stages of development. Where are they finding themselves at this stage of life? And giving them drills and exercises that is appropriate for their age so that we can see them be successful. so that they can gain that confidence in themselves and on the mat and in the rest of their life. That's what we're trying to do. That's why our program is so different than any other program in our area. If you want to know more about it, just send us a message. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and please leave a comment. If you have a child who lacks confidence, or if you like the video, or if you have other ideas about gaining and helping kids improve their confidence. Now, we're going to have a series of these little short videos with other exercises to do, but this one was our confidence inventory. I hope you enjoyed it, and if it's successful for you, I hope that you get a hold of me and let me know. And until our next video.